Some people spend years trying to fit in. She spent years trying to hide. Not because she lacked talent, but because she believed the music industry would never take a young woman seriously. So she entered competitions under a different name, a man's name, and she won. Today, millions know her as Charlotte de Witte, the queen of techno. But long before the massive festivals, the dark stages and sold-out shows, she was simply a young woman from Belgium, obsessed with one thing: music. This is the untold story of Charlotte de Witte, Ghent, Belgium, 1992. Charlotte grows up far from the spotlight. As a teenager, she discovers electronic music. Not the commercial hits, not the radio songs, something darker, deeper, hypnotic, techno. While many people heard only noise, Charlotte heard freedom. She spent hours exploring underground tracks, learning from DJs, watching how crowds completely disappeared inside the music. It wasn't entertainment. It was an experience. Soon, she wanted more, not just listening, creating, performing, building moments people would never forget. But there was a problem. Electronic music was still a male-dominated world. Young female DJs were often judged before they even played a single track. Charlotte refused to let that define her. In 2011, she entered a national DJ competition. But she didn't use her real identity. She performed under the male alias Raving George. No one knew who was behind the decks. No assumptions, no stereotypes, only the music. And when the competition ended, she had won. Not because people saw a woman, because they heard a great DJ. That victory changed everything. It gave her the chance to open the main stage at Tomorrowland. But it was only the first step toward becoming one of the biggest names in techno. Winning the competition should have made everything easier. It didn't. Even after proving she belonged behind the decks, Charlotte still had to work harder than almost everyone around her. Small clubs, late-night sets, long drives across Belgium, crowds that had never heard her name. Night after night, she kept showing up, one set at a time, one fan at a time. Then something changed. In 2015, she decided to leave the name Raving George behind. No more hiding, no more pretending. From that moment on, the world would know her as Charlotte de Witte. It was a risk. She had already built a reputation. Starting over meant rebuilding everything. But authenticity was worth more than comfort. Around the same time, her sound became darker, faster, more hypnotic. She wasn't chasing trends. She wasn't trying to make radio hits. She was creating the kind of techno she truly loved. Tracks like Closer, Selected, and later releases showed the world that techno could feel powerful without compromise. Festival organizers started paying attention. Tomorrowland, Awakenings, Time Warp, Ultra. One invitation became another. Soon, she wasn't opening festivals. She was closing them. Thousands of people stood in front of her, not waiting for fireworks, waiting for the next relentless beat. Then came another defining moment. In 2019, she launched her own label, KNTXT. It wasn't just a record label. It became a platform for a new generation of techno artists. A place where music mattered more than image. Charlotte was no longer just one of techno's biggest stars. She was helping shape its future. As the years passed, Charlotte de Witte became something few artists ever achieve. She became the face of modern techno. Not because she tried to be different, but because she never tried to be anyone else. While trends came and went, her sound remained dark, raw, and hypnotic. Every performance felt like a journey. No unnecessary spectacle, no distractions, just music. and thousands of people completely lost in the moment. Her influence extended far beyond the festival stage. Young DJs around the world looked up to her, not simply because she was successful, but because she proved that talent will always speak louder than stereotypes. The woman who once hid behind the name Raving George was now headlining the biggest festivals on earth. And nobody questioned whether she belonged there. She had answered that question herself years earlier. With every set, every track, every risk she was willing to take. Today, Charlotte de Witte is more than a world-famous DJ. She is a symbol of perseverance, of authenticity, of believing in your own vision even when the world doesn't believe in you. Looking back, it's incredible how everything started. One young woman, one dream, one decision to let the music speak first. That decision changed her life and inspired countless others to follow their own path. Somewhere right now, someone is afraid to be judged, afraid they're not good enough, afraid they don't belong. Charlotte's story offers a different answer. Don't waste your life trying to prove people wrong. Spend it becoming so good that the music speaks for you. This isn't just the story of Charlotte de Witte. It's the story of courage, identity, and what happens when you stop hiding and finally become your true self. Because legends aren't remembered for fitting in. They're remembered for changing the rules.